Hello friends and fellow YouTube surfers, welcome to Farmeritaville. You know, I got a lot of friends last week. A week ago today I was front row at WrestleMania and posted a video from that, which a lot of you saw. Thank you for watching. And if you're new here, my name is Jake and I just go out and I try to do fun stuff and I video it and I bring you guys along for the ride and let you know what it's really like, and I try to just find all kinds of fun stuff to do, which brings me to here where I am today. I'm actually in town working because I have a history of working on themed entertainment, lighting, audio, special effects, animatronics, things like that, lots of haunted house work. And now I'm in sunny Central Florida to work on a project, but I've got a day off first. So we are going to be spending the afternoon at one of my favorite places, Epcot. And we're just going to see what the crowds are like and going to have us a few cocktails and you know, see what's going on. No real hard agenda other than make sure I can still get up and work tomorrow because I've got a job to do. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and come with me. We're going in Epcot. Epcot always has a lot of festivals. Right now it is the Flower and Garden Festival, which I've actually never been to. Most of the time when I make it down here, it's in the fall or winter time. The last time I was down in Orlando was December, over Christmas time, over the holidays. So I don't think I've ever been here in the spring. So I've done the Food and Wine Festival plenty of times, but getting to see the Flower Garden Festival already up front and the entry plaza here, they've got some cool topiaries, the goofy topiary you just saw. There's a big butterfly, there's some other large stuff. So that'll be cool to check out. We'll look at some of the topiaries around the park as well. Right here under Spaceship Earth, you can still see the land of construction walls. Got to go through the construction wall maze to get into World Showcase, or anywhere really. Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, next big ride from Disney, slated to open at the end of May. Barely missed it. I'm about 6 weeks early. But the front up here is definitely still torn up, and I'm not sure exactly what all other enhancements they're doing. But this is obviously beyond the roller coaster since the roller coaster's indoors. I forgot to mention the most exciting thing. There's no mask requirements now. Back in winter time, you had to wear masks indoors, but now fully vaxxed guests do not need to wear masks. I think the only place you still have to is like on the monorail and other mass transport. So yeah, this is nice. You get to go inside and enjoy a drink somewhere and not have to mask up the whole time. I've made it to World Showcase. I already passed a few of the pop-up food stands, food places that are just seasonal with the festivals, and I haven't stopped at any of them even though I wanted to, because if you know me really well, and I mean really, really well, you know that when I go to Epcot, there's one place I have to go first and foremost. The day cannot commence until I make this stop, and then everything's cool. It's like a rush to get there. It's like trying to get through airport security, and then you can calm down and enjoy the rest of the time. Well, that's how I feel about this particular place at Epcot. 2 in the afternoon. Let's go see how the line is. We got a little bit of a line. It's not too bad, but I'm gonna get in it. Worth the wait. Best margaritas ever. Oh, I got the top shelf this time. I try to work my way through the menu. I'm a big fan of the Negroni, the El Negroni. That's good. Also the Black Magic, which is invented by Neil Patrick Harris of all things. But La Cava del Tequila, that's how I have to start my Epcot days. No exceptions. All right, I'm back out in the sunshine, got my margarita. So I mentioned I always have to go to La Cava del Tequila first, and that's true. And because of that, I normally do the World Showcase loop starting with Mexico. If you're not familiar with Epcot, World Showcase is like a giant kind of World's Fair. And they've got all these pavilions from different countries, and every one of them has different food and drinks and stuff you can get. Typically, I go to the left, and Mexico's the first stop, and get my margarita and continue around. But that always leaves me tired and cranky and maybe a little drunk. by the time I get over to the other side, which is Canada, the UK. Those are the last couple of places over there. So I'm gonna continue back that way and do the loop in reverse this time. I also snagged a dinner reservation at the Paris restaurant, our French restaurant. It's got a fancy French name that I probably couldn't pronounce, so I'm just gonna call it the Fancy French Restaurant. I've never eaten there, so I'm looking forward to that. That'll be a little bit later tonight. In the meantime, I'm just soaking up the rays, enjoying the weather. It's April, it's Central Florida. The high today is about 70 degrees, and it's mostly sunny, a little bit of clouds, but there's a great breeze. Like, there's a wind. Like, I haven't even broken a sweat. I've been here almost an hour walking around. So, yeah, we're just gonna stroll and check out topiaries and sip drinks and, you know, have a relaxing afternoon.
Here we go.
Beer number 2, woo! I stopped in Canada, I had a beer and some scallops at one of the festival tents, and now I popped into the Rosen pub back there behind me. I had hoped to find a table in there. There was one open for a little bit, but before I could get my drink, someone grabbed it. It's a really small, tight spot in there, but it's a traditional English pub, and it's a great spot to pop in and get, you know, your English lagers, stuff like that. I got a Harp lager that I'm enjoying. It's also got the Rosen dining room, which is still on my list. I haven't eaten there yet. Although, when I think of British food, all I really think of is fish and chips. Do they have anything else that's not disgusting? I don't know. I like walking around the streets of the UK section. Got a lot of good stuff. If you go inside, there's some killer shopping too if you're into like old English stuff. It feels like it's like if a Renaissance fair had a really big budget. I feel like this is what it would look like. Got a live piano going over here, live musician in the park. And sometimes you can see one of my favorite Disney characters over here, Mary Poppins. No joke, I love Mary Poppins. That's one of the movies I grew up on. Sometimes she shows up over here. Speak of the devil and they appear. Look, there she is, Mary Poppins. In the flesh. To answer your next question, no, I'm not going to wait in line to get a picture or anything. I don't wait in line for character meet and greets. A lot of people do. Not something I do.
You can look at the gift shop.
Practice swimming on the water.
The wind is so strong, I actually just got a whiff of flowers. Usually you gotta lean in to smell flowers, but it's like blowing pleasant flower smell right in my face. Disney magic. Down that way is the newest ride at Epcot that's open, the Remy Rat Ride. I've already done it twice, and it looks people-y down there, so I'll bet, as usual, it's probably got an hour and a half wait. Taking a break in the shade. It's like I said, the weather's great, but it's pretty people-y. I just checked all the wait times on the app, and they're up there. Remy, the new ride, the Rat Ride, is at 2.5 hours. Then your other staples like Frozen and Test Track they're a little over an hour a piece. So I mean, it's people-y here. And a lot of people ask, in general, not necessarily me, but you know, when's the best time to go to Disney? When is it slow? There's not really slow time anymore. I mean, I spent the winter down here in November, December, and I was going to the parks pretty frequently, both Disney parks and Universal, and there's always a noticeable crowd at Disney parks. Universal fluctuates a little more, I think, but yeah, there's not really a down time. I mean, certainly sometimes they're worse than others, but today the weather's beautiful. It's early April, so I don't know. I guess it's a little late for spring break. Maybe some people are on spring break, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it's a comfortable crowd though. Like walking through the street is not shoulder to shoulder, but the wait times don't lie. So there was that. Okay, I've made it around to Japan on the World Showcase. So I'm an idiot, and I had a dinner reservation at one of the French restaurants, and I thought it was like the main fancy one at the front of France. It was actually the crepe place right over by the Ratatouille ride. So I canceled that reservation, and I'm gonna play my time-tested game of Party of One and see if there's anywhere that I can get into with a short wait just by being solo, which honestly happens. I've done it quite a few times at quite a few places. And it's about 4:30 and I'm already hungry. I don't want to wait. And I got nothing against crepes. They're delicious, but that's just, I'm not in a crepe mood today. So when I found out that I made the mistake and that that's where I was supposed to eat, I thought I would change my game plan. I actually think I'm gonna head over to Space 220, the new spacey themed restaurant where I can get a $40 cheeseburger and just to try it out, see if I can get in. I don't even know if I can get in. I see garden trains. That must mean we're in the Germany Pavilion. Oh no, derailed. Whole train flipped over. I wonder if it blew over because it's actually really windy today. Horrible. But it's German Pavilion. I gotta get some kind of German beer. I am literally wearing my Epcot drinking hat, which I bought here last time I was here. Well, like I said, I'm wearing my Deutschland Epcot drinking hat, so I had to get a Schofferhofer grapefruit here in Germany because how could I pass this up? It's amazing. We also saw Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs in topiary form, and these beautiful, I don't know what these are, but they are brilliant. I don't know how well they'll show up on camera, but the color, even the green leaves, green, purple, and red, it's just stunning to look at. It looks amazing. Okay, my plan failed, sort of. I went up to Mission Space 220, Space 220, I can't think, Space 220 restaurant. Right now they're at an hour-and-a-half wait for standby, and it's a physical standby line. You have to stand there and wait. They don't have text notifications like the other places do. But the lady told me that after 6 o'clock it starts to die down. So I haven't ruled this out yet because I still want to check it out. And maybe if I can stave off my hunger for another hour or two, I might come back over here. But in the meantime, I think I need to go ride Spaceship Earth because it's been a while since I rode Spaceship Earth and it's a classic. It usually has a short wait too, that's the most important part. This is something I admire at Disney, these big roll-around plant boxes. This is essentially construction wall. They use these to create barricades and close stuff off for a temporary basis when they need it. And it looks a lot nicer than its plywood wall counterpart. Not to mention easier to move. You don't have to build it or anything. But it's just classy. So you see these when you're at Disney World. You know that they're blocking off something. Oh no! Spaceship Earth is temporarily down. I guess they're working on it. Something went wrong. But this is the iconic ride when you come to Epcot. If you're a little kid, you call it probably the golf ball ride because it's inside the giant geodesic dome golf ball type structure that is obviously the icon of this park. But to quote The Simpsons, it's what people in 1965 thought the world would be like in 1987. And it's narrated by one of the greatest of all time, Dame Judi Dench. Can't beat it. I swung over to the Land Pavilion. We'll see Living with the Land. Says it only has a 10-minute wait. It's another good sit-down ride, boat ride through greenhouses and stuff where they grow stuff with futuristic and new technology here at Epcot. No mask, but we still have plexiglass in the line, which I don't quite understand, but hey, I don't make the rules.
How will we meet tomorrow's growing need for food production, yet still respect the needs of the land? Welcome to our living laboratory, where scientists from Epcot and the U.S. Department of Agriculture are exploring innovative ways to produce bountiful harvests now and into the future. Many are rich in vitamins and minerals, while others are well adapted to growing in less than ideal conditions. Some, like the water lily, thrive in wet, swampy areas and waterways. All parts of this plant, even the flower petals, are edible. The starchy root of the plant has long been used to make flour for baking.
All right, we got off living with the land. Now I'm back over at Space 220. Looks like the wait's a little bit shorter, so we're gonna try to get in for dinner over here. Well, after about 25 minutes of waiting, nothing happened, so I gave up. I don't want an outer space cheeseburger that bad. So, headed back up to Spaceship Earth, see if it's back open yet. Hopefully, I really want to ride it before I get out of here. And whether it is or it isn't, I think I'm gonna slide on out and grab some food off-site. Got a hankering for something I can't get back in Texas. It looks like Spaceship Earth is still closed. Bummer, I wanted to ride it, but I guess now I'm gonna go off property and find me a Florida delicacy. That's right, I left Epcot to go to Publix and get a chicken tender pub sub, because if you haven't had one or you're not from Florida, you don't know how good they are. And at 10 bucks, it's a hell of a lot cheaper than Epcot. I made it back to my hotel. I've got my pub sub, delicious dinner, and I'm gonna get unpacked and call it a night because I've got a busy couple of days. But thank y'all for watching, and like I said earlier, hopefully I get to one more Disney park before I have to go home. I don't know if I will, but I'm gonna try. And if I do, well, there'll probably be a video about it. So take care, guys. Have a good night and go do stuff.